Chapter 18. Terrorism across Europe and the world. What we saw in Syria goes against everything we read in the United States. This is a quote by Henry Loendorf, a U.S. Peace Council delegate, after visiting Syria in 2016, found a very different country to that portrayed by Western media. Not a week goes by that some form of terrorism is being reported in the mainstream-controlled media in order to keep up the Project Fear pretense. This week was no exception. Yahoo News UK reported on November 23, 2016, that tourists warned of ISIS terror plot to attack Christmas markets in Europe. U.S. officials have warned tourists attending Christmas markets across Europe this winter that they could be in danger of an ISIS attack. Intelligence services say they have credible information about a threat to U.S. citizens attending such markets. Intelligence suggests that ISIS are planning to hit popular markets and churches, and the U.S. State Department warned that credible information indicates the Islamic State of Iraq and ISIL, Al-Qaeda and their affiliates continue to plan attacks in Europe with a focus on the upcoming holiday season. U.S. citizens should exercise vigilance when attending large holiday events, visiting tourist sites, using public transport and frequenting places of worship, restaurants, hotels, etc. Bizarrely enough, on the 19th of December, 2016, it was reported that the Islamic State group, ISIS, had claimed responsibility for a truck rampaging through a Berlin Christmas market that killed 12 people. Coincidence, or was the intelligence correct after being warned on November 23? Considering that ISIS's ISIL is funded by the CIA, it's no wonder that the intelligence agencies were correct to identify a potential terrorism threat at a Christmas market because they organized it and had then found the patsy to drive the truck. International terrorism is a fantasy that has been exaggerated and distorted by politicians. It is a dark illusion that has spread unquestioned through governments around the world, the security services and the international media. This is a quote by author Adam Curtis. In December 2016, Alex Younger, in the first public speech since taking up the post of C in MI6, said that UK intelligence and security services has disrupted 12 terrorist plots since June 2013. He said that many of the threats came from ungoverned spaces in the Middle East, namely Iraq and Syria. He warned that hybrid warfare, which included cyber attacks and subverting democracy, was becoming an increasingly dangerous phenomenon. The risks at stake are profound and represent a fundamental threat to our sovereignty. They should be a concern to all those who share democratic values, he said. The Islamic State group had exploited the situation in Syria to fortify its stronghold in the region and wage war on the West, he told journalists at MI6 headquarters in London. The threat level for international terrorism in the UK has been severe, meaning an attack has been highly likely, since August 2014. In other words, stay at home and do not ever leave your front door unless your government tells you that you can do so safely. No thanks. The United States government is planning to use cover and deception and secret military operations to provoke murderous terrorist attacks on innocent people. Let's say it again: Donald Rumsfeld, Dick Cheney, George W. Bush and other members of the unelected regime in Washington plan to deliberately foment the murder of innocent people, your family, your friends, your lovers, in order to further their geopolitical ambitions. This is a quote by author Chris Floyd.